It's working. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Nook podcast. I'm your host, as ever. Thanks for breathing really heavily as I'm doing my fucking intro. I'm your host, as ever, Peppermint8, joined once more by the Obsidian Nook, who is always here, seemingly. And for another time, it's another blue moon. So, once in a blue moon, Morgan is here, who we invited to join us to watch this horrific fucking movie, which is giving us new traumas. Final Destination Bloodlines, hell yeah. We've covered the first one recently-ish in preparation for this. Still could not prepare myself for the trauma I was about to fucking experience for this. So yeah, we're literally watching this. Well, we watched this day one as of recording. This will probably go up tomorrow. So yeah, someone's busy messaging, so she's not going to be involved apparently.
Sorry, hi.
There you go. So yeah, we're doing Final Destination Bloodlines, the last film with William Bloodworth, the half sequel, half prequel sort of thing. I don't know what you want to call it. Because it has a bit of prequel. It's the first film that doesn't have a premonition that relates to the main deaths of the film.
It's a pre-sequel.
Exactly. It's Borderlands the pre, not sequel. But yeah. So, like I said, it's a prequel, kind of, in a way that this is the earliest premonition we've had, at some point in the 60s. Whenever that was. 60-ish years ago, clearly. God, this is a disaster. I'm the only one talking and I'm trying to wing it and no one else is fucking saying anything. It's just like... Yeah, so of course, the original is... Well, the original. The original is fine, the original film, but this I actually think tops it. I think this is very possibly the best one they've done yet. There's actually a bit more plot.
Yeah,
the characters are a bit more.
I agree with that.
The characters are actually a bit better. There's an actual plot there. Like there's more time for characters to be characters rather than just being people to hate and then watch them gruesomely die.
Well,
You still watch them gruesomely die. Usually, apart from one person, but everyone in this film is fucking
There's one
dead
person we hated.
We'll get to that. So, we're going to start off, because we have to, with the premonition itself from the very beginning. This is the Skyview Tower, which I can't remember if that actually is a real thing. I was trying to figure that out.
I don't think it was.
It
looks a bit like
there
the
are similar
Toronto.
things. There are similar things out there. Of like big tower restaurants. I know this may have been an actual thing. I know it was a concept to have restaurants like really high up in the sky as this big thing. But yeah, in some of the marketing, it's or like the teaser trailers, it has shots of this, but I didn't realise this was going to be like premonition for the whole film as well. This isn't just like, oh, this is one, and then they have another one later that shows how everyone dies. But this one is absolutely fucking brutal. Lots of people falling to their deaths, like raindrops on people's heads, apparently, according to the radio.
Bright child.
The child we will get to. But yeah, they go up, lots of people jumping up and down on the glass, I should say, which inevitably causes it to smash, and for the supports to buckle. And lots of people to fall, splatter against the pavement, against the support beams. Some, well, the evil posh Matre D guy getting vertically split in half by an elevator door. Just absolutely minced him as it goes crashing down to the ground.
Got what he deserved.
Lots of people just getting like sucked out of the fucking tower as it collapses. Some little ratty child that started all of this Jesus Christ. I mean, he's being a prick the whole time. He's deliberately fucking with Iris, the main character's grandmother. And then he's the one that basically starts it all by fucking with it. There is something to do with coins in this film that clearly was weird. Like, the coin causes basically all of the trouble throughout this film. But, yeah, the disaster happens. The kid nearly makes it before a fucking piano comes tumbling out a window. And just, may I just say, graphically flattens this little shit child. It's not like it does it like in like Looney Tunes or something.
No.
It's not like it just flattens him and that's it. This kid like explodes as this piano just flattens. Like, there is blood and viscera everywhere. I audibly cheered at this little shit getting flattened. It was fan-fucking-dabby-dozy.
Got what he deserved.
He got what he deserved, and I'm so happy because he was a little shit. He did it. Not only did he die there, the premonition actually got avoided for the first time. Like, the accident itself never happens for the first time. Like, throughout the other films that we haven't covered, usually the survivors escape, but the accident still happens, which is why death comes for them. But in this, the accident happens... Well, it doesn't happen, I should say, sorry. But that is basically why Death isn't happy. Death is not pleased that, spoilers, Iris and young William Bloodworth, as I correctly predicted the entire time, going, it's going to be him, isn't it? The only little black child in the tower, and William Bloodworth has said before that he's seen it, and they were like, we're going to give him a backstory in this film. It's not as cryptic as everyone was hoping it would be, but it's nice and simple that he survived one, and because Iris has been alive this whole time, he hasn't been a victim of death, and that death has basically been after her first because she technically died first. But yeah, basically the story of it is Death has caught up with everyone who survived the tower. All off screen.
A good 100 people.
Like, this is a lot of people. And basically, now it's after the last surviving family, or bloodline.
You said it.
I literally turned to you and said, he said it. He said bloodline.
He said it.
He said the line, everyone. He said the title. And naturally, the main character doesn't believe it until they meet someone else who immediately dies. Like, the grandmother is in it for a good 5 minutes before just getting absolutely wrecked by a weather vane.
That was good.
Fire extinguisher falls off the wall and blows the weather vane into her fucking skull. That was a way to kick it off.
Nice.
I will say it now before we get into details of the main hook of the film. There are so many fucking good deaths in this.
Oh, yeah.
There is no death that made me go, well, that was a letdown. But we'll get into that a bit. But yeah, obviously the family, she doesn't believe it until obviously the grandmother dies after having the nightmares about the premonition. So the family doesn't believe it until they start dying in order. And then they're like, oh my god, guys, maybe we should take this seriously. But, yeah, by then it's too late and most of them are already dead.
Oh, have we mentioned Murphy?
Oh yeah, one of them's, Madam would like to just quickly mention is a character named Murphy from the 100.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it.
I think...
He's in other stuff, and there's also the boy from Chucky season 1.
The problem with that is, I found that with, I'm just going to call him Murphy because that's what I've known him for like 7
The character will be named Murphy, not Eric.
But like, because in the series he was quite
He's a douchebag.
Oh yeah, that's it. I was gonna say bratty, but no, you can kind of still, like, even in this film he was still a bit of a cunt, weren't he?
Yeah. But So he's the character from the trailers where he gets his nose ring hooked up to a fan on a chain. Doesn't die then. I knew they weren't going to kill him off then until we were in the cinema, and I was like, oh, maybe they did. But because like, why would they spoil a main character's death in the marketing? I was a bit, but then it happened, and I was like, okay. But as a fun fact, there is a big neon sign of a magnet on the wall in the shop, which we will come back to later.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
yeah, so he survives that somehow by wearing a leather jacket, I guess. I don't know how protective leather actually is to flames. Probably not that much, considering it was like a chemical fire. But
Yeah, it
yeah,
basically exploded as well.
yeah, that is true. But yeah, so like I mentioned, because we won't go in too much into the plot. We'll just go into spoiler stuff. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. The film's just out, but the deaths are obviously the main attraction, as I mentioned, and they are fucking grisly. Like I mentioned, there is not a single kill that I was disappointed by, but all of it was fucking hell, man.
Well, we thought we were going to be disappointed with Eric.
Yeah, Eric's, I was like, oh, he's dead then. All off screen. Easy, worst kill. And then it's like, oh no, he's fine. Because it turns out he's adopted. Well, no, he's not adopted. He is the product of an affair.
Yeah.
With a character they played up really dramatically. Like, he was really shocked by the revelation of who his dad was, and they never really went back to who his dad was.
I think it's the owner of the parlour.
Possibly.
Because, like, he didn't like him at all.
Yeah, but that could just be an arsehole boss. I mean, we've had plenty of them in real life.
Well, yeah, true.
But, yeah. So, yeah, he doesn't die there, but we'll get to his death later on. So, because he isn't actually the real child of the uncle, the main character's uncle, who gets his head shredded by a lawnmower, that was oh boy, that was
good.
That was good shit. So, because he wasn't real in the next one in line, the next one is the daughter, who gets pulled into a fucking garbage truck and just gets crushed. And it's CGI, but it's still fucking brutal.
It's good CGI.
Her body is like completely crunched on screen. It's, oh man.
But if they hadn't have stopped the garbage truck,
just been completely,
she would have got out. Because she fell back down because it stopped.
Yeah, I suppose so. I didn't think of that, but yeah. So she was next. I'm trying to remember the order, forgive me. Even though we literally have just seen it.
The brother, isn't it?
Howard steps on the glass. Yeah, so her dad doesn't die because they're not blood related. Oh yeah, so she just dies, and then they go to visit JB, who turns out, of course, to be William Bloodworth. Played by the amazing late Tony Todd, who just looks sad in this film because he's so ill, bless him. But he insisted on being in the film, and fair enough. And it made me really sad when he was just like, life is precious, live every moment to the fullest, looks straight down the camera, and just leaves the film. After like giving his backstory of being obviously the survivor of the tower. Yeah, it was really fucking sad, man.
It was.
And he clearly wasn't just speaking to the characters, he was speaking to everyone. And of course at the end of the film there's the In Memory of Tony Todd, which just made me want to cry. It was so sad, but it was so beautiful, and I'm glad they got him back, and that he wanted to do it, they didn't force him.
Oh yeah.
And obviously him being at the tower is why he knows all this about death, is because he worked with Iris over the years to try and beat it, but obviously it didn't work out. So, I don't know what to do about Bloodworth, because I don't know whether to count him as dead, because technically he doesn't die in the film, but it's heavily implied that he was gonna die after everyone else had died.
Yeah,
so
he said he's ill or something, didn't he?
Because he said he had terminal cancer, which he actually did in real life, bless him. So yeah, he has the stomach cancer. Well, he had stomach cancer in real life, and they made it part of his character. Yeah. So either he was going to die from that, or he was going to be killed off screen in a similar fashion to everyone else. I'm glad they didn't kill him off explicitly.
I'm glad they didn't kill him off.
But yeah, so the next plan, after the usual of, you can cheat death by either killing someone or dying, and they go, oh yeah, we can bring someone back to life, and that undoes the curse. So Murphy, as you call him, has the great idea to give his brother peanuts in order to make him have an allergic reaction and to be revived. Regrettably, by accident, the MRI machine that they go into the room with turns on. And as mentioned previously, poor old Murphy, he is covered in piercings. First it was his earrings, then his nose ring, then his nipple rings, and very, very unfortunately, his penis ring. Which is it's dark humour, but there is humour in this film that is a good addition, mentioned earlier.
I was glad it was in there.
Mentioning earlier about the raindrops falling on the head thing. That one, there's subtle bits, and Ring of Fire as well. Music has always been a big theme in these films about, foreshadowing, essentially. So yeah, basically, it keeps pulling him in. He then what launches him into it to get him stuck in it in the first place? Or is that where... Okay, yeah, the wheelchair that's unfortunately placed pushes him into the ring and slowly basically forces itself through him. And gruesome detail of all these different metal bars going through his body as he basically snapped in half is yikes. As Bobby, his brother, is basically just trying to get the EpiPen that's in his slowly dying brother's hand. Oh, Jesus. And then a nurse opens the door, and the vending machine they got the snacks out of flings a spring through his fucking head. And it isn't just a hole through the head, it's the top of his skull. Yeah. It leaves a fucking crevice in it. It is... Oh. And as you said, it keeps spinning because of the magnet, but... Oh, that is... Yeah, that's not pleasant. So, of course, that leaves basically all of Uncle Howard's family dead from horrific shit. So they all go, right, we're going to retreat to Grandma's cabin and we're going to hide in there. And that immediately doesn't work because it explodes. Which then basically nearly kills the mother, except she doesn't. She gets up, she frees her son, and then is like, you need to go save your sister who's drowning in the RV. And then she's like, I'm gonna live as long as possible, and then immediately gets flattened by a fucking lamppost. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was the fucking floodlights, wasn't it?
Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna survive as long as I can, and then as soon as she finishes the sentence, it's just splat. Oh, it's...
She's found the explosion with burns on her face.
Yeah.
It's splattered.
Yeah, that is fucking grim. Because it's the whole... It's just the idea of it is so silly. Again, it's the dark humour of this film really leans into of I'm gonna live, and then it's no, denied. So yeah, we then come to the end of the film. Everyone's like, we did it because she died, and I revived her because of my junior lifeguard training. Except she didn't die; she was just unconscious. This apparently, according to Wikipedia, this is a full week later. Death took his fucking time.
Was it a week later? What?
Yeah. And the
Maybe
little
it took him that
granny
long to walk back.
the little granny picked the coin up that was dropped at the hospital, and she drops it again, and it gets stuck in the train track, which I immediately was like, well, that fucking train is gonna fucking derail. And it fucking does. And they nearly escape because they graduated from the Prometheus School of running straight away from stuff rather than sideways out of the way. They stop, and then they see all the carriages moving. They start to run away, and what fucking comes off the train? Fucking logs. The logs are back. They're not in trucks anymore. They've adapted. They've switched their environments. There was a little teaser of that when the log truck was in an earlier scene. But the fact the fucking logs come back and splatter the last two survivors. Oh man, it comes full circle.
Just that poor cop all over again.
Yeah, that poor cop who gets his face smashed in. Jesus Christ. What a fucking film, dude. What a film.
Really good.
As mentioned, it tops the fucking original.
Oh yeah. Not
the
many
sequels
things can do that, but
the sequels are good as well. Eventually, it does get a bit repetitive. Me and you were talking about that. Is how much can they actually do with this? Where it's just like, how many times are we going to have a new group of people where it's just going to be, how can we beat death? And then they all
a lot
die.
of the time, though, it's the same sort of kills, but this, obviously, apart from the logs, were pretty different.
This helps that we didn't have a premonition, because usually the premonition deaths relate to their real deaths in some way. But because we didn't have any warning, there was no fucking way of figuring out half of these deaths.
It was still never really explained why she was dreaming about it either.
Yeah, but you can also say it's never explained why they get these visions in the first place.
Yeah, but normally the visions are themselves and who's with them, not a dream of a premonition 60 years ago.
But we do have the thing where we've never had a story where the family has been the target.
True.
It's not. We've never had that opportunity where a whole family.
Everyone.
Well, that's it. No one died, but she started getting the nightmares once. I believe once everyone else was dead.
Yeah, once everyone else was dead.
Every single person who was in the tower, all off screen, may I add, just for importance, it's relevant to the show, okay? But
obviously, the grandma says something about 2 months, and then that's obviously when she started having them.
Yeah, because it interrupts her college things.
I mean, not that she's going back, but
yeah, no one's going back. Jesus Christ, that's fucked. But yeah, going back to the whole how much more of these can we realistically do? I mean, it's like Scream, Halloween, whatever. How many times are we going to see the same shit before it starts getting too stale? And it's just this. It's just the same film but a new cast and barely a new plot, but the deaths are different, you know.
Yeah.
But I made the point of why can't they do a Predator and just go back to the past? Because in the books, there are 10 books, by the way, I didn't know. There is a disaster that's as early as 1888, I believe it was. So they could go back to the past. If they go really far into the past, they can lean into they could lean into that spiritual side of death, where it's is he an entity or is he not?
Mm-hmm.
They could sort of lean into, is it just a weird coincidence or whatever, or is it actually a demonic force that's doing it? But
it's never really explained.
In the same vein, does it need explaining? Do we need to know the answers to everything? It'd be nice to have a bit more of an idea, but do we really need it?
It's why do they have these premonitions?
what makes them special to get premonitions, but who knows? And without Tony Todd anymore, without using fucking AI or anything like that, how can they keep going and have these films be connected? But we'll see.
Well, they can't now. Everyone's dead.
Doesn't stop them.
That's where it seems like it started.
Yeah, but the books. I don't know if the books are still in the timeline, but 1888 is the earliest one so far. I don't know if
they're going from the films.
The film
timeline started with Iris and Tony Todd.
Yes. Because it
seems
used
like
to
they
be
were the first ones that did it.
It used to be Flight 180, with the 5th one as well as the first. Well, no, the bridge would be the first one.
The bridge, yeah.
Because but
when's that meant to be set? That's early 2000s, ain't it?
The first film came out in the year 2000, I believe. I could be wrong.
It's based as well, ain't it?
I believe so, yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't, but... So yeah, the 60s is another 40 years before that, obviously, but... We'll wait and see if they make the choice to sort of go any... it'd be good to go earlier, I think. There's a lot of opportunities with history.
Oh, yeah.
To actually make it a bit more... To sort of expand the mythos, if you wish. Rather than just being like, we're going to make another film set in modern times with a new group of characters. Admittedly, the family aspect was a different twist on it. Definitely made it hard to predict who the fuck was going to die and how. Except for I think it was age order.
Yeah, it was whoever was born.
It was whoever was born, their family, and then
next.
whoever was next in their family. So yeah, but obviously
Was it explained how the granddad died?
No, he was just because he was among the other people that died off screen. She never. It's just that death got him, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, Madam, do you want to actually add something? You were involved, but you've just sort of sat here.
I just think they shouldn't do any more. They should probably leave it at that.
From what I've read, this is going to be the last one, but it leaves rooms for... They say that about a lot. Like, one of them was called The Final Destination, and then they made more.
But they could... the 4th one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the 4th. I don't know, I can't remember.
But then obviously the 5th one was a prequel, wasn't it?
Either way, it's irrelevant now. But if they do more... Change it up a lot, you know. Make it in the past. Do something a bit different. This was different because before it was just me. I have premonition where me and friend die. We all die. There you go. At least now it was like Death is just sick of people's bullshit and wants to cut off loose ends and just make sure his list is like in check, if you wish.
Basically.
Because it's just like, oh, these people weren't meant to exist.
Well, she saved like 100 odd people, and then obviously their families grew.
Yeah, because
they had a lot to do.
Because they survived, they then had families. So he killed a lot of people. Not the highest amount of people he's ever killed. There's been plenty more people who have died. Like the plane, the roller coaster, like death. The roller coaster wasn't that many. But then you also had like the race course.
Yeah.
And then the bridge. The bridge is a lot of people.
The bridge is a lot of people. But, yeah. But only like half of it falls.
Yeah, but still a lot of cars with people in it falling.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people died still. And there's all the collateral damage, kills and shit from other people fucking around and finding out.
You said about the tower as well.
Yeah.
If the parts of it landed on people.
To be fair, I was expecting the guys listening to raindrops falling on my head, one of them to get splattered by someone else.
have a fucking body fall on them.
But that's it. That's what I was expecting, is at least one of them to get crushed by someone else. But, they weren't kidding when they said this was going to be the bloodiest opening they've done yet, and Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Murder be murdering, you know. But yeah, do you want to add anything else, Berg?
No.
Do you want to add anything I should add, not just else? You've just been doom scrolling and searching random shit on Facebook and the evening news.
Well, it is hard to be involved when
You just add stuff.
can't hear Morgan. Yeah, because I don't want to talk over him.
You're a bit sharp.
But no, I don't want to.
No.
No, I think you.
She came, she saw, she didn't get involved with the review.
I did a little.
A little bit.
Well, same someone else. And
So yeah, I don't know, I couldn't remember if we did it with the first one, but because it's special, it's a death that technically doesn't happen, we're gonna do the best kill for the premonition, which I honestly think could just go to the guy with the elevator doors. The way his body just, like, melts as the lift suddenly plummets.
wait, what's this one for?
This is the premonition.
Oh,
So,
right.
the tower. The guy who gets stuck in the doors as it plummets to the ground.
I know,
and
I'm
his-
glad that kid died.
Yeah, the kid can get, like, joint win with him of just getting flattened by a piano. The best real kill is so fucking difficult, but I think the wheelchair gets it.
Yeah.
Like,
For me, it was a mix of the wheelchair and the logs. Return of the logs.
all of the kills, again, fucking fantastic, spot on. No kill made me just go, this is boring. Like, I wasn't let down by any of the kills. They were all so fucking horrific.
I was
So
surprised
many
at
new
how
traumas.
quickly the uncle and grandmother died between.
Yeah,
Like how quickly they both got annihilated.
and then they waited a full week to kill the kids at the end.
Yeah.
Just so he can build this big elaborate, like, train stunt. And the amount of collateral damage that probably had was even more people dying. Like his date. But yeah, the worst kill I think can fucking go to no one, if I'm being honest. No, you know what? It can go to basically any of the residents that were on the tower, like the guests that were just hunted down by death and killed off screen. But if you want someone specific, you can have the granddad. If you want a name for him. Paul, I think his name was. Because he's a character we have a name for that just dies off screen. And we don't even get a cause of death as well, just like the others. But yeah, it's good shit. I definitely fucking recommend you check it out. Be prepared though. I'm glad we didn't watch it in like 3D or 40x, man. I think I'd
fucking
shit
hell, that
myself
would've
by then.
Oh, imagine that. Oh, imagine the weather thing coming through the screen.
It's nasty, dude.
That's
I
getting the
don't
shit
want to
out of
imagine it. It's grim. It's a good time though. It was funny as well. I'm glad they put a bit
I'm
of
glad
humour
that they put that comedy in there.
I think I would have just walked out with PTSD if they didn't break it up with the funny stuff, but yeah, it's good. Go check it out. It's in cinemas now, of course. It literally came out today as of recording. It's good stuff. It's a good film.
Good stuff.
You enjoyed
Good
the film,
stuff.
woman? Yeah. You enjoyed the film. It was worth the wait. Are we going to get it on DVD to complete the collection?
I think what also helped was
Oh wait, no.
the better CGI also helped the film.
The CGI did help. A lot of the deaths are CGI, but they have to. But there was still a lot of like.
They can't be real, can they?
But yeah, but I mean like practical effects.
Yeah.
There was probably still a lot of stunt work done, but still, props to fucking everyone in this film. Tony Todd, may you rest in peace. Your fucking last performance nearly made me fucking sob in the cinema. Fucking great work playing a legendary character for fucking years to come. And I'm glad they didn't just kill you off violently in this and just let you go off to your own fate off screen and not make me
He
sad.
sort of does.
Well, he's already dying anyway, and he's just like, good luck, bye.
He's come to terms with it now.
Yeah, he knows that his end is near. But yeah,
He knows
Go
that
check
he's
it out.
next, basically.
pretty much. He knows he's either going to die from his cancer or he's just going to get killed brutally
Die.
off screen. But yeah, go watch it, go enjoy it. Don't eat a full meal beforehand, you will be sick. Don't go near vending machines, MRIs. Don't have any ice in your drinks.
Any log trucks.
Don't go near a train carrying logs.
Don't
Just
get
don't
near
do
a
anything.
lawnmower.
Don't go indoors. Just kill yourself. No, don't kill yourself. I do not condone killing yourself. Do not kill yourself. Do what the woman did in the second
You do
one.
whatever you like.
Don't do what the woman did in the second one, which was lock yourself in a padded room. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here now. I'm hungry. I know we just talked about this horrific film, but I'm hungry.
And told him to kill himself.
So yeah, don't kill yourself. I have been the host, as ever, Peppermint8, joined by the Obsidian Nook and Morgan. All our links are in the description down below, and we will see you next time.